Guys, this is Bill Bonk on Hybrid Z. Wanted to say hello. First video for the website. I've got this 240 that I picked up a few years ago. 71, later model. It's got the vents on the rear part of the car. I started working on this car doing the front suspension. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, I see that. You probably see it. No, I put in the Toyota calipers and spacer from Modern and some vented rotors and the springs, and boy, and all poly too. Mainly that mount back there on the arm, that was huge. The car was really pretty unsafe on the road, and so all those modifications made a huge difference. Then I decided to be kind of crazy and go for an engine swap. So pulled out the motor, painted the engine bay, and I've been working on this RB25 here. It's going pretty good. I've got everything back on that I want to have on, I think, in order to put it in the car. Turbo, got the oil pan, got the modified oil pans back. I've got everything that I think I want to have on the car. Let me get this light going a little better. Got my alternator. Let me plug in real quick here, and don't want to take up too much time on the video, but let me just plug this in real quick. There we go, a little better lighting. So painted the valve covers, got the ornament back on, and the intakes back on, and new gaskets. I'm running a totally stock setup. Going to run the stock turbo, the stock blow-off mechanics. So just want to get it in the car and get it running. This is my first engine project, so I've got to just want to be a little careful and just don't do a whole lot of mods. Just get it in the car, get it running. You know, the electronics are going to be complicated too, so I got to think about that, stay focused on that. Pretty much got the interior gutted. Want to keep things pretty simple on the car. I took the dash out because I wanted to get in here and be able to work with all the wiring pretty easy. Set that all up with the ECU before I get started. I threw in these Kragen seats. They rub a little bit, not ideal. You can see right there, but they sure are comfy compared to the old ones. Now I ripped out all of the rear suspension, the diff, because I had to put in a new fuel line. As you've seen on the forum, I'm going with in-tank fuel pump. So the old pickup, I drilled that out and put in this bulkhead. I'm going to have my in-tank fuel pump inside. This is my access. This will be the return, the old pickup. Got my wire bulkhead fitting. Found a guy who made me a real nice nut ring here for inside, you know, that'll fit in like that. And then I'll have my hardware, my plate, and my gasket. Need to do a little bit of work here. Getting this isn't perfectly flat, you know, because the cushions were here. So I need to get this nice and flat. Don't want any fume leaks. But in general, the tank's done. I got some, you know, help obviously on the forum as far as trying to design the tank and the motor and the car and everything. So underneath, I did want to show you one thing. I put in the better mount for the diff. Got the diff in, so I've got my isolator and mounts in, and I had to make some little cutouts so the nuts could fit that are on the bottom of the diff. I'll come around and show you those, but I don't think it matters too much because, you know, really this mount piece really only matters here. Those two bolts that hold up the suspension in the front. So I wasn't too worried about notching things out. Oh, I did want to show you this. I put in this new hard line. Yeah, bending that up and getting that all to fit That was a pain. That sucked, but I think it's important to have that solid line in there instead of a flexible. Because you know I need two 5/16 lines now, because here I'm got my two 5/16 lines on the fuel rail. So did an R200 swap. As you can see, pretty good. That's all in. Got the rounded piece. Painted it up. Painted up my mustache bar and my side shafts, and I replaced the Insta struts. Put poly bushings where it was easy. I haven't done these pins yet here because probably going to pull this out eventually and put in the disc brakes. And so when I do that, I'll take everything apart, get new bearings, get stuff machined, and I'll get stuff painted, and then I'll pull those pins. I got the tool. Do that. You can see here I made some cuts here on this the old mounting bracket here. You can see there, so those nuts could fit. And I think that's okay because you know, this piece no longer structurally is doing a whole lot. It's just really back over here, you know, those two mounting points there that matter, and then over here. So I wasn't too worried about notching this. You know, the front diff is now being supported and held in by the Hybrid Z mount. Anyway, just wanted to let you know what I was up to. You know, like I say, I've got a little bit of work with the trans to do. I got my flywheel machined. Need to order the clutch, and I'm going to try and do the pinion assembly. So I'm going to try to use the Navara pinion assembly instead of the stock one, so I can use my mechanical speedo, so I don't have to change that gauge. So I'm going to try that out, and then also going to try using the GM EFI module, so I can do I can keep my other. I want to keep all the gauges. I think I'll be able to do it. But anyway, once again, lastly, you know, signing off, just want to really thank Hybrid Z. This project here, this just doesn't happen without the website. Done an incredible amount of research, and so I just want to thank everybody. Bye-bye.